Hey guys, Grant here and making a short video just because we finished a nice masterclass earlier today and some of you may be watching that replay, or also you may have found this video separately. I'm going to include this when I send out the email, but this can also be a standalone video for people who are being introduced to the breathing technique that I shared in today's call. Called double breathing Kriya. And so this is a really effective breathing technique that I want to share with you all. And my intention of sharing this practice is that you have a tool in your tool belt, but also you know how to use this tool. And so one of my missions in this world is to really create a culture of practitioners, people who really are seeking to empower themselves by applying these sacred technologies, these breathwork practices, and in specific, applying them in such a way that allows the individual, allows the practitioner to actually channel that energy towards a greater purpose, a greater mission in this life. And so that is really, these breathwork practices, as we know, come from the yogic tradition, and it talks about the goal of human existence. And I want to bring that into this video today because it's part of why we do this practice, really. And so just hold that thought, right? The goal of human existence, such a big, broad thought or idea or concept. And let's dial it down, So before I introduce the technique of the double breathing Kriya, just start to think about, what does it mean to have a clear idea of the goal? Right? What does it mean to have a clear idea of the goal? And something I said in today's call was, let's see if I can remember. When we have clarity of the goal, we have clarity of what steps are effective to achieve it. And that's really important. And how this translates into our life is that oftentimes we have or set goals, and because the path itself to that goal, while it may appear straight, there can be things that happened that come up and create obstacles to us from the achievement of that or those goals. So I bring that to our awareness now, because as we share this technique, the double breathing Kriya, my wish for you as the practitioner is that this technique isn't just a breathwork practice, right? That this is actually something that's bringing you closer to your goal. And it's allowing you to develop a psychophysiology, which means a mind-body system that is adapted and well-trained so that your goals in life are more easily attainable, so that you can actually train yourself, you can train your body and your mind through your breath, so that your prana, your life force, moves in the direction of your choice without interruption. And that is what pranayama is. So without further ado, the technique, double breathing Kriya. So in the call, I made it really simple, right? It's just twice through the nose like this, and then twice through the mouth like this. Nose, mouth. What I'm gonna do for you guys, just to make this a little stronger and more effective of a technique, is I'm gonna give you a container of 30 breaths. Okay, so you have 30 total double breaths to do to complete one whole cycle of this Kriya. Okay, we'll call it the double breathing Kriya, 30 breaths. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this in 3 distinct stages. Okay, there's 3 stages of the breath, and this is gonna help the entire respiratory system expand and open so that we bring more fresh energy into the system. Okay, and what we do is the first stage, I'm going to go ahead and stand up for you just to show you. The first stage is done in the abdomen like this. Okay, so you see my belly. I'll do one more. That's stage 1. Stage 2 is going to go belly to chest. So it'll be like this. It's a longer and fuller breath, okay? Yes, that's stage 2. Stage 3 is all in the chest. It'll be like this. Right? And then on the last breath, on the 30th breath, we exhale completely. At which point we breathe in. We take, it's called the gathering breath. And in the gathering breath, you gather all that energy together. You bring it into the body. You fill up to the brim like a cup that's overflowing. Hold the breath, seal the energy in the body, create a container for it. And now here's the key of this practice, okay? Don't lose the essence of what you've created, of that energy that you've just gathered and brought in. Don't lose the essence of that, but exhale. Like you're letting air out of a tire, but the tire remains full. Okay? Get to the end of the exhale, releasing the breath, maintaining the essence, and see if you can hold the breath out. The yogis call this a kumbhaka, breath retention. Hold the breath out for as long as you can comfortably. Once that time has expired, you take what's called the recovery breath. We take a recovery breath, we breathe in. Recovery breath is held for 12 seconds. You can count in your head, 1, 2, 3, and that 12 seconds is just an arbitrary number to really absorb and consolidate the effects of your Kriya. 3, 2, 1, exhale. And then you just breathe naturally and just notice the smoothness of the breath, the ease of the breath. And that is one round of the double breathing Kriya. Okay? When you've completed your Kriya, I like to say, think about the goal. Think about why you're doing it. Make a connection to the energy, the source, that new space that you have to the thing that you want to move towards. It's really important because you're freeing your body and your mind from the entanglements and the constrictions that keep us moving in a fixed pattern in life. Right? When we free ourselves from that fixed pattern, the mental conditioning that is causing us to repeat the past, when we free ourselves from that, we have to ask, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? So getting a clear idea of what direction you want to set your ship, and then we set sail. So this video has given you sort of a big picture overview of this technique. I've explained how to do it. And then in the next video, I'm going to it'll just be really straightforward. And we're going to do one round of this Kriya so that you can follow along. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to have seen you today. If you were in the live session or if you're watching this recording, then thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to share this practice with you. It's really transformed my life and the lives of many of my students. It's very simple. It's very effective. It's very straightforward. And if you're looking for just more energy to do the things that you want to do in this life and to have clarity about what you want to do in this life, then this practice is a really, really helpful tool to help sharpen your spiritual sword. So thank you, namaste, and I'll see you in the technical video or for a live session or for a retreat or for any of these ways that we can plug in together. Peace.